You know, a lot of people don't know that we're sisters. You know, that's something I never talked about in the beginning because I didn't want it to be a crutch. You know, I didn't want people to be like, oh, you know, that's her sister. I didn't want that to be my accolade of mine. But now that, you know, I've solidified my spot, then I go ahead and talk about it. But a lot of people don't know it, though.
Many people were shocked when they discovered that actress Nia Long and comedian Samore are actually sisters, biological sisters who share the same father. For years, the public rarely saw them together, and neither woman openly spoke about the other in interviews. Because of this silence, many assumed they had simply chosen to build their careers separately so each could succeed without being compared. However, over time, it became clear that the distance between them might be deeper and more complicated than people first believed. Nia Long has always been known for keeping her personal life very private, rarely discussing family matters in public. Still, many fans found it surprising that she had a sister working in the same entertainment industry, yet never mentioned her. The connection became widely known after Samore discussed it during a radio interview with Divine Martino, where she spoke about her life and career and revealed that Nia Long was her half-sister. The two women share the same father, poet Dautry Dory Long, but they have different mothers. According to available accounts, their father's relationship with Samore's mother ended shortly after Samore was born. A few years later, he began another relationship, which resulted in Nia's birth. That relationship also ended, and when Nia was still very young, her mother moved away, taking her to Los Angeles. Because of this separation, the sisters did not grow up together and lived very different childhoods. Samore remained closer to their father and was able to maintain a stronger relationship with him over the years. Nia, on the other hand, spent most of her upbringing away from him and reportedly felt hurt about not having the same connection. Some reports suggest that this emotional distance may have also affected her relationship with her half-sister. For much of their early adult lives, it was believed that Nia chose not to maintain a close bond with Samore, which explains why the public rarely saw them interacting or speaking about one another.
Because I think for a lot of years I was disappointed and angry, and I wanted, my dad to read me a bedtime story. And
by the time Samore was finally ready to step into the spotlight, Nia had already built her own reputation in the industry. Samore could have easily used Nia's name to get attention. She could have introduced herself as Nia Long's sister and gained quick publicity, but she understood something important. If she wanted a real career, she had to earn it on her own. She didn't want to be known only as someone's sibling. That choice ended up being the smartest move she could make. Another factor in why Nia didn't openly acknowledge Samore in the early days was public relations. In Hollywood, silence is rarely accidental. Celebrities carefully decide what to reveal and what to keep private. They highlight only the parts of their lives that match the image they want to present. Nia Long has always been intentional about that. Her success was tied to her charm, her beauty, and a certain level of mystery around her personal life. Samore, meanwhile, had a completely different energy. She was bold, outspoken, and unfiltered in her comedy. Nia didn't think that type of humor aligned with her polished brand. But the distance between them wasn't just about image. According to Samore, they had met a few times, but they never formed a real sisterly connection. They grew up in separate homes with their mothers and didn't share the kind of bond that usually brings siblings close.
Oh yeah, we have the same father, so yeah, my dad is proud.
Are you guys close?
We speak from time to time, but we're not. I won't be babysitting her kids. No.
You so silly. You all right with me, girl?
That's how it is in life. I tell people all the time, we have the same father. We're not necessarily sisters.
Things got even more awkward when Nia finally decided to acknowledge her connection to Samore. She posted a side-by-side picture of the two of them and added a caption that said, "The funny one in the family," while tagging Samore in it. Samore liked the post, but something clearly didn't sit right behind the scenes, because Nia deleted the photo soon after. She didn't offer any reason, and the sudden removal made the whole moment feel strange and uncomfortable. Later, in 2020, when their father passed away, Nia mentioned Samore again in a heartfelt tribute. She talked about how their father was a gifted storyteller, a teacher, and someone who had a strong voice in his community. She described him as a poet who carried the history and experiences of Black America with pride and wasn't afraid to stand up for what he believed in. Nia said her sister Lori, better known as comedian Samore, And her sister Jamila joined her in cherishing their father's memory and were grateful they could be with him during his final moments. After his passing, Nia spoke about her personal growth in an interview with The Breakfast Club. She admitted that holding on to old resentment kept her from forgiving certain people and spending time with them. Losing her father taught her that letting go of bitterness is necessary, and she no longer wants to carry anger that keeps her disconnected from loved ones.
The beautiful time in my life, because I can actually put everything into perspective and now it all makes sense.
Right.
And I feel more free and alive than I have in the last 10 years because I have understanding. And I've forgiven myself for not forgiving people sooner in my own life.
Even though Nia has said she's more open to letting people into her life now, it seems Seymour still isn't part of that circle. There's no hostility between them, but Nia doesn't feel there's a real reason for them to build a deeper connection. In her eyes, their father lives more as a memory. For Seymour, though, he was someone who showed up and played an active role. When siblings grow up with completely different experiences of the same parent, that emotional gap doesn't just disappear. It creates a distance that time doesn't automatically fix. Because of that, you shouldn't expect Nia or Seymour to suddenly start mentioning each other or acting like they're close. They simply don't have anything to talk about when it comes to their personal relationship. People reacted to the situation by pointing out that there isn't any chaos here. Just two adults living their lives separately. Many admired Seymour for never trying to use Nia's name for attention, especially since they never had a real bond to begin with. Others said it's refreshing to see them handle their distance respectfully instead of turning it into drama. The truth is, not every set of siblings grows close. Even children raised under the same roof sometimes drift apart. Both women have built successful careers on their own, and they seem content with the paths they've chosen. So what's your take on it? Share your thoughts below and don't forget to like and subscribe. See you in the next video.